Welcome back. Right now, it's our pleasure to welcome Jennifer Hernandez to Park City Television. Very excited that she is joining us today from Illinois. She is a very determined individual, has an incredible story to tell. I know that we will all be inspired. Jennifer, thanks for being here. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Welcome to our show. I'd love to hear a little bit about what you're doing right now, what your career focus is, before we dive into more about your past, where you've been, and where you're going.
So I am a branch manager of a mortgage branch in Bolingbrook, Illinois, with Loan Depot. And we were just honored this past weekend as one of the top chairman teams for production in the country. So it was pretty exciting. But we're just here to, we really specialize in helping those in low to moderate income areas, credit challenged, people who are looking to get into homes with low money down, and craft solutions for our clients.
And I understand that helping individuals who may have had some challenges financially, whether it was in the past or currently, that's something that's really close to you, helping people get into a home when maybe they don't have the ideal situation or the ideal credit. Tell me about that.
Yes, it is actually. I'm a single mother of 4 children, so I've been through a lot in life and had a lot of my own credit challenges and ups and downs. And just very hard times. So I want to be able to, and I wanted to partner with a company where I would be able to help all clientele, regardless of their situation. And because of what I've been through in life, I've been able to craft extra solutions for clients who are maybe not ready now, but I can advise them, like what they would need to do so that they can be ready in the future. So it is because of where I've come from and how what I've had to go through in life that I've had that experience to be able to do so.
And I'm sure you can relate to how discouraging it can be, because once your credit starts to suffer due to even just one missed payment, an unfortunate thing that happens to your finances, that can devastate you for years. So what do you do to help these people when the system is really not set up to help them?
Well, that's the things, I kind of give them the tips and tricks that I had to do and help to, really reestablish and rebuild themselves, and what programs are out there to help them do so, because there is. And a lot of times, too, people don't realize if you just have credit cards, you're able to, with revolving credit, you're able to help increase that score. They are doing things right now in the mortgage industry to eliminate the medical debt from the credit bureaus, which is going to help a ton of people be able to qualify. And truthfully, to be honest, a lot of people don't even realize they can own a home. They believe they can't, and they believe their situations are much worse than what they are. So that's why we do, take the extra step, just let them know that applying with us, you will be set up with a path. But basically, we craft solutions for all clients that are coming through any walk of life, as being able to set up with a path with our team.
And I'm sure they appreciate you so much in helping them realize that their dreams can come to fruition. What are some challenges with doing just that, though? Is there anything that really stands out in your mind as you try to help others work through some of these financial barriers that may prevent them from getting a home or getting another big loan to help with their life goals? What's the hardest part of that?
I think the hardest part is just getting them to understand, that it is challenging. It isn't always an easy solution, and sometimes we have to go through several different scenarios in order to make it work. But this team does that for them. But getting the client to understand, also, people like to listen to other people as to what their situations were, or when they bought a house 5 years ago, what they went through. And nobody's situation is the same. So really just getting them to understand and trust the professionals that they are working with is the most important piece, I believe, because when they listen to everybody else's story, they try to compare it to theirs, and the situations are never the same. So that's a really important factor, is just to trust the team that you're working with and know that we have your best interest at heart, and we're really trying to guide you as we would our own friends and family.
And in my mind, as a very non-professional financial person, I can only imagine that it's very stressful to find yourself in a situation where you're not able to get where you want to be due to previous mistakes or lack of income or other financial obstacles. I feel like it definitely has a negative impact on your mental health, and vice versa. When you have someone like yourself who can come in and give people hope, I'm sure that improves their overall mental well-being. Have you found a connection between mental health and financial challenges and successes?
I mean, absolutely, but it's all it's all really about us and our perspectives and the way what we allow to carry over from day to day, because every day is a new book, a new page, and not a new book, but a new page that you get to write. And you get to decide what you allow to affect you. See, the problem is that when we're having those like financial difficulties and we're going through those things, we tend to dig ourselves deeper instead of think positively and understand that everything is going to be okay, and just wake up being happy that we are alive today and we have the things that we do have, and being grateful for those things we do have instead of those that we don't. And if we can just shift that mindset, it makes all of the difference in the world, and it will bring everything that they want sooner, faster, rather than, focusing on the negative and the situation that you're in. I just got off a call this morning with a young lady who, she's stretching her budget a little bit and she's a little bit afraid, but it's really about her mind. If she tells herself she cannot do it, then it's not really possible for her to be able to do it. You have to understand, and you have to install that belief in your own self first, that you can do this and there is a way to make it work. But if you focus on the fact that you don't believe that you can, that's what you're going to perpetuate in life.
And I understand that one of your personal mottos is no one can stop you but you. Tell me more about that and how you have really embodied that motto and how it came about in your life.
Well, I was digging myself deep, and at a time when it was one of the most challenging times in my life. And one day I just cracked, and I'm like, this cannot be the end. This cannot be the end of my story. I've worked too hard. I've overcome too many things. Like, this cannot be it. And I literally just made a shift in my head to no longer worry about where the money was going to come from to pay the bills. Not worry about the fact that I was negative in the bank and I wasn't sure how I was going to do anything. I had to shift my mindset and understand that everything was going to get better, and start to see the future that I wanted versus the present that I was living in. And it was literally the only way I could pull myself out. And it's funny, my daughter is an aspiring actress, and she came home from an audition one day, and I was like, she was very hard on herself about how she did. And I'm like, you remember what we just went through in life. Like, you can't do that. You have to remain positive. You don't know if you got a call back. You don't know how great you really did. You did your best. And you kind of just have to have that perspective in life that you have really done your best, and just be grateful every day for what we do have. Because the next day she ended up getting a call back. So, it's not about lying to yourself or telling yourself what's not, but it's about seeing what you want versus what you don't. Stop talking about how hard it is and crying that, you don't know how you're going to get out of this, because if you do that, you'll stay stuck there longer. So you want to look at what is coming, the life that you do desire, so that you can bring that forward quicker and faster, which therefore no one can stop me but me.
And I know you've gone from being homeless to a very young mother. Then you were a switchboard operator and now financial manager. When you look back, how do you connect those dots? And do you have any words of wisdom for people who are maybe not feeling so confident in their future right now?
I connect the dots by saying that, like, life brings us through what is meant for us, so that it's our choice how we handle it. We can become a victim and not be grateful for what we have, and not understand that those things are happening for us, not to us. Or you can embrace them and know that every single thing that you have been through in life is all for a greater reason, a greater learning. Maybe there's a mission that's put on your heart. Maybe there's something that, God has a bigger plan for you, and something more that you're supposed to do in life than what you believe it is. So you just really, it's up to you. Everything is all up to you, or you are in control. No matter what anybody tells you, no matter what you go through in life, the choice is yours to become who you are destined to be. And you are the only person who can stop you.
Such an inspirational individual. I know you're helping many right now with what you do. Where can we get more information about you, your business, all those great things, and continue to be inspired by you?
So on social media, you can find me, Jennifer Braglia Hernandez on Facebook, and on Instagram, I am Jen Hernandez. It's 2 N's in Jen. And you can also find me at loandepot.com, Jennifer Hernandez in Bolingbrook, Illinois, on loandepot.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Jennifer, for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure meeting you, hearing your story, hearing how you're inspiring others to reach those financial dreams they may have not thought possible by overcoming obstacles. So appreciate your time with us today. We'll be back with more right after this.